Hello YouTube, hello MGTOW, this is me, MGTOW in the Win. Now, I typically don't tell you the whole like, share, subscribe junk, but I just asked you do this one thing. I would like for you to share this video with someone who's about to graduate high school. That's all I ask. I don't care if you like, I don't care if you subscribe, just do this one favor. Share this video with a young boy who's going to graduate high school. Now, young man, you're about to partake. If you haven't already, if you've made it this far and you didn't drop out, my hat goes off to you. I salute you. But the hard part has just begun. The hard part has just begun. You're not out of the water yet. Now, some of you may have played sports and are going to get a scholarship. You know? Some of you are going to get this scholarship. Some of you been playing sports for a while, like since you were like enrolled when you were in elementary. Some of you are going to get a scholarship. Some of you are not. Some of you are going to go straight into the workforce. Some of you are going to go into a trade. Some of you want to be doctors, lawyers, and all this other stuff. Young man, let me break this to you. If you're going to do something, make sure you know full well what you're getting ready to do, what you're getting ready to get into. Because once you take a step, you better keep walking. Because the second you trip up is the second you are flat on your face. Now you have a whole lot of things that you're going to trip up. That's going to trip up. It's going to trip you. You've got everyday life. Now you have bills. You have your parents pressuring you to do things. Or your parent, if you live in a single parent household. Young man, I am well on my way to being an old man. Well on my way. I am what society has tried to warn you about a MGTOW. Society will say all the news, the society, your parents will say everything negative about me, about people like me. Your parent will say everything negative about me. They have nothing positive to say about me. And with that, I'm going to say this. You're an adult now. Life's not all sunshine and rainbows because you're an adult. You've got people pressuring you to do dumb stuff. You still got that mindset of wet behind the ears. Let me tell you what you have ahead of you. If you think the indoctrination is over, you are wrong. If you think that being told that you're inherently evil because you're a man is over because you've graduated high school and now an adult, you are wrong. You are wrong. Let me tell you something. Actions speak louder than words. I believe in action, not words. If you perform an action and don't say anything, I respect you more. Or if you, especially, I respect you even more if you say something that you're going to do and actually do it. Most of you have probably been raised by your mothers. So you don't have any idea on how to control your emotions, how to reel in your emotions. Because you realize that you are strong. You are physically strong. Especially when you are angry. There's a time and place to be angry. There's a time and place to be mad. There's a time and place to be sad. But in the world where they don't care about you, and they really don't, do not show weakness. Because the vultures will capitalize on it. Now, you were probably told that it's okay to cry, it's okay to show emotion. Let me tell you something. What we have here is a problem that's going to be passed down to you from the previous generations. You know what that problem is? And it's getting bigger every generation. The problem is a shortage of strong-minded people. Of people with a strong mindset. It's a shortage of actual quality women and men. And it's going to get worse over time. It's going to get worse, progressively worse. When you turn 18, your girlfriend that you had in high school is more than likely going to leave you. More than likely. For an older person. And on their behalf, I apologize. There was once a time in history to where if you had a strong back, you were up the prize. Now, all the old people have the money. Your sweetheart from high school is going after people who are older. And on their behalf, I apologize. For taking that opportunity, for my generation and beyond, from taking that opportunity of a quality relationship, of a healthy relationship, with a girl that you've probably cared about growing up, or cared about in school. But the damage the damage you're going to go through my age is going to be of epic proportions. You are going to go through a lot of trials and tribulations. Many of you are going to end up in jail, either through your court or falsely accused. Many of you are going to end up in the court systems for being falsely accused and are going to have a difficult time living your life. Because just because you were found innocent in a court system doesn't mean that you're innocent in the eyes of the public opinion, in the court of public opinion. Because the court of public opinion is run by women. And if you haven't, gone through, and if you haven't learned anything from that battlefield that you call the education system, you will learn that later on. If you haven't learned that what women think of you, women believe that women's heartfeltly believe you that are inherently evil because you are a male, a young man. Your battle scars mean nothing, are all for naught. I don't do this. I don't do this for the likes. I don't do this for the subscriptions. I don't do this for myself. I don't do this for money. I do this to leave a lasting legacy. Because to be honest with you, I may not see you the next day. But if I see the next day, I am thankful for it. I am ever so thankful for it. Now, in that case, I hope that you get this message, young man. I hope this message reaches you. Don't look at this. Don't look at this message in discouragement. Because there's a possibility that you could still pull through. Learn how to better yourself, how to make yourself a better version of you every day. Whether it is educating yourself. All the books you can gather them. Whether they're from college or a trade. That trade is yours. Keep the books. For if you do not, you will fall by the wayside. Do yourself a favor. And make sure that you watch out for yourself. If you can connect with other MGTOW that are actually helpful, that can guide you through this circus of a society, you will benefit in the long run. Talk with the monks and other MGTOW. Don't allow yourself to fall victim to these societal norms. Do not allow the news to dictate how you think. Do not allow the television shows to dictate who you are. Otherwise, again, your scars that you've earned, that you've gotten on your battlefield, would be all for naught. Please, please, do not perpetuate these acts against young men like yourself any further. Do not allow the acts that are being committed by young men like yourself, by your parent or parents. If your parents are helpful to you, that's one thing. But if your but you need to know when your parents are sending you down a path of your own destruction. I'm not telling you to rebel. I'm telling you to think for yourself. And make the decision based on your experiences. Your parents are going to try to push you to have grandchildren. Wait. Wait. Wait and observe what you have around you. Look around you before you leap. Look at your surroundings before you go jumping off of that bridge. Because once you commit to something, like a relationship, your life is potentially ruined. Now, I'm not telling you not to get married. I'm not telling you not to date. What I am telling you is to observe your surroundings. Observe what you have. And make sure that it's what you want. Make sure that the person that you're doing that with is not going to run off, is not flighty. Do not tolerate society's teachings. Do not tolerate settling for something. And to you gentlemen, to you young gentlemen that have been written off and passed up by women, you'll see them later on in life. Do not allow society's teachings to force you to take care of their children, the children that are not yours. I've never been married. I don't have kids. I don't have a girlfriend. And I'm perfectly content with it. Perfectly content. If you can't, if any of my subscribers hear this, pass this on to a young man who's graduating high school. For they are the next generation. They're the ones that have been Me Too'd at 5, at 10, at 15 years of age, or have seen their friends get placed as guilty in the court of public opinion, the kangaroo courts of public opinion. Spread this message to a young man who's coming of age to being an adult. I don't do this for me. I do this to leave a lasting legacy. This is MGTOW to Win, signing off.